Augmented reality applications, otherwise known as ARA, we focus on creating environmental-based digital experiences that help connect people to our cultural stories about the land, our mountains, our rivers, and our real iwi stories. We're really passionate about telling the stories that aren't readily available, the ones that all our kaumātua have, that are really specific to your iwi or to the area that you're from. And we want to get those out and create a safe place to house those for future generations. So Manu is our augmented reality character. He is from South Auckland at the moment, and his stories right now are telling the stories of the Punui Stream and Totara Park and the Woody region. And as we expand and start moving him into the outer regions and telling the stories of other areas, that's where we're looking to also connect local business in. So we could use Manu as the wayfinder and the connection point right across Aotearoa to get people to maybe visit those sites that are often overlooked. We had a lot of interest pour in after we dropped our first prototype, which was last year. And then from there we had contract work come in from different organisations who were eager to engage with what we were doing. I think our biggest problem now is, okay, we have all this interest coming in, but the three of us that are driving the company are doing it part-time. So now we need to look at how do we scale and how do we scale rapidly. We've just been invited to showcase at Rise Conference in Hong Kong in July. That's Asia's biggest tech conference. So part of what we've always looked to do is, even though at the moment we're highlighting New Zealand and Māori culture and our values there, we do want to reach out to other Indigenous cultures and other Indigenous peoples and tell their stories. So I think moving forward for us will be, okay, well, let's nail it here and then look at how we create a Manu and Friends journey. For Māori innovators and Māori innovation itself, we have a real opportunity to embed our core values, our mātauranga, our knowledge into whatever we create. So we create awareness around our culture, we educate along the way, but we still stay true to our core values. The knowledge around mātauranga Māori, Māori worldview, te ao Māori, and that is being recognised more nowadays, and people are starting to understand kind of the different lens that we see the world in and getting value from that. So that's non-Māori as well and other Indigenous cultures across the world. Tell people what you're doing. Like, don't think that you need to keep everything to yourself or to your team. Don't be scared to go out and speak to people, build those networks, because you never know where that's going to take you. And I think from us putting the project out there from the very get-go and going, okay, we think we've got something, this is what we want to do, the more people we told, just the faster we grew. And in that short 12-month period, we've just honestly had so much interest come through, more than what we actually expected, and that's purely from our key supporters and the people we talked to right back at the start. Our whakaaro has always been around, how do we give back, how do we educate future generations coming through, and how do we better equip people to understand, the importance of our environment, the importance of looking after the waterways, our forests, our manu, and everything around us. And I think if we can instill that along the way with anyone that comes through New Zealand, and that, I think we've made a difference.